Many young men in today's society are extremely pessimistic. Pessimism is basically the tendency to see the worst things in life and always expect the worst, or to believe that the worst will happen. So basically that evil will eventually prevail over good. And when you look around the world today, you'd be forgiven for thinking that pessimism is the most rational mental state to have. With humans becoming increasingly dependent on technology to function, men and women seamlessly in a never-ending power struggle, masculinity at an all-time low across the Western world, nature being eradicated by modernization, and not to mention climate change. With all that considered, it's easy to think, it's hopeless and there's no point going on, nothing matters, there's nothing worth caring about. But what if I told you that your pessimistic outlook on life is actually just a way of protecting your own ego? What if I told you your pessimism is actually rooted in self-preservation? This is something I had to come to terms with, because if I'm being honest, I've always had a more pessimistic leaning outlook in life. Even though, in my opinion, I did see it as, realistic. I would lower my expectations of myself and others in order to prevent myself from experiencing disappointment. And that's because, this feeling of disappointment is a really difficult feeling to get accustomed to. It's one that, no one really likes to feel disappointed, do they? Like, if anything, people try and avoid it. And that's exactly where pessimism is rooted in. So basically, to avoid that feeling, I would lower my expectations. So by lowering your expectations, you become jaded to your own failures, others' failures, but also your own qualities and achievements. And this can lead to you becoming a really insecure person who's actually unable to see their own value. And basically, you'll end up being the kind of person that people want to avoid because, you're always a bit of a downer, to be honest. Think about it like this. Think about the person in your life that's, really pessimistic or just really negative. So, like someone that you'll go to with like some good news or like a plan or a goal, and they'll like immediately tell you why you can't do it, or tell you why it's impossible, or tell you, all the worst things about it. So think about it. Is that person happy with their life? Are they someone who has a life that you'd want to emulate? And are they someone who's, achieved a lot in their life? The answer to all these questions is most likely no. And the reason for this is that they have become someone who's full of fear and excuses. And this fear has prevented them from living a life that they want to live. And this fear has prevented them from doing what they want to do. So to justify their pessimistic outlook on life, they want, to impose this same fear onto you. The same fear that crippled them to giving up before they even tried. And the sad thing is that they honestly think they're right. And that's because they've literally convinced themselves, like, in their mind, that the world only favors certain people. And for whatever reason, themselves and everyone else around them isn't blessed with the same favor. But they're actually wrong about this. Because the truth is, by being so pessimistic, you don't actually allow yourself the opportunity to surprise yourself. Because of course there's an element of luck to almost every part of life. Like, it was luck that you were born who you were. It was luck that you're born in, this time of life where you have access to YouTube and you have access to the internet. That was based in luck. But they also ignore the fact that you have to create your own luck. And the best way to create this luck is to be optimistic. So regardless of the outcome, at the end of the day, you can be content with the fact that you tried your best, you did all you could do. So all you can do is live with the results. Because if you approach all things in life, with the agreement with yourself that you'll try your best, you'll just become a more optimistic and happy person who will suddenly be blessed with so much luck. So I want to challenge you to become a less pessimistic person. And I know it will be difficult at first because you will get, those urges to just rain on your own parade for no reason. But I'm telling you, there's so much more value in life when you become the person who expects the best from themselves and others around them. You'll realize that your pessimism was actually a cope for the fact that you are afraid to fail. Because what you're actually scared of is the fear of, trying your best at something and still failing. But the truth is, if you never fail, you probably never actually tried. And you probably just stay in your comfort zone your whole life. And you'll never be able to reach your true potential unless you push this boundary. That place where, you're trying something, you're doing your best you can do, and the situation still isn't working in your favor. That's where all the real lessons in life are. And if you want to learn more about turning your L's into lessons, click on this video right here. And, just for the algorithm and stuff, if you did like the video, please press like. If you want to sub, buttons down there. And as always, have a good one. Alright, peace.